going to just turn to you guys now, talking about the Brent. Brent, first of all, you've launched MyDeco last year. How's MyDeco going?
It's good. MyDeco is still exciting. I think it's a good example of, or not a good example, I'd say, of an innovative European company that's not copying an American company. Because I think that the problem when you could just copy an American company is it's very hard to get that massive scale, because America has this naturally enormous home market. So that means it's still hard and it's still early and it's difficult, and we're lucky that we're well funded. You know, we raised £7 million last year, which just before the world sort of blew up. That was lucky, but I think one of MyDeco does lots of interesting innovative things, but one of my frustrations is that part of today, whether we succeed or fail, depends on how good we are at spamming Google's search algorithm. You know, and that's a big frustration for, I guess, somebody who grew up in the Web 1.0, when that was not such a huge determinant of success or failure. Brand innovation and lots of other things were actually relatively more important. So I think we still need to master that. But I think the other key question for me, and the challenge for everyone here, is that one of the things I'd love to hear about is, what are people finding about why is it still so hard to expand businesses across Europe? Because our home market is actually ginormous, but actually succeeding across there is extremely challenging. And I think that as European managers, we are often, and I'll be very American about this, and arrogant, you know, we're better. We're better, you know, people who can succeed across multiple geographies, multiple languages, multiple regulations. That is a phenomenal challenge of complexity. But the rewards are often flattened by the incremental cost to do that. So I think I spend a bit of time now thinking what can be done at a bigger level to try and reduce that and sustain businesses all the way across Europe.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to take a couple of questions while we're going through. So who you are waiting from?
Mike, I just want to jump in real quick. That is my single biggest question about Europe as a Silicon Valley reporter being here. Because you can spin a very easy narrative, and a lot of people have said this to me over several trips here, that the European market is bigger than the US market. You guys no longer have the problem of not having a huge domestic market. But there's so few examples of companies who've done it really, really well. So anyone who has an answer, email me, sarah@saralacy.com, because that's my biggest question.
I've got a few ideas. Carry on.
Hi, Sally again on Body Solid. Sorry to hold the microphone, but I don't think it's, I think the thing with America is that everyone is English speaking. A majority of people are English speaking. I think the problem with Europe is that we're all different languages. And I think it's about time that we start connecting with developers who are bilingual, and that we start connecting technology bilingually to make Europe actually a stronger force to compete with America. Because I think that's the problem.
You just force everyone to learn Esperanto quickly.
Esperanto. Okay, I'm going to. We'll definitely take a couple more questions, but I want to move on to Michael now. Michael, how are you getting on? How are you?
Very well.
Are you busy?
I am. First of all, I'd like to actually thank our sponsors, Bex.
Actually, well, our sponsors are over there.
Okay. That was entirely my mistake. Sorry.
We'll be hearing from them later. So, I gather you've, are you based in, where are you based now? Where do you live? Everywhere.
I live in San Francisco still, because San Francisco's a lot better, you should all move there to run it. That was English sarcasm, and you all took it seriously, you've lost it. No, I spent 9 months there and 3 months here. I love coming back. I tend to come back in the summer, so I'm here for 2 months. And my most recent thing is we just launched a new fund in the UK. I'm working with Brent on that.
Yeah, so let's hear about this, because there was a piece in the Sunday Times a few months ago, back in April, but then nothing happened, and everyone, well, lots of journalists like me got emails saying, what's this fund, and where the hell's the email address? So, do you want to actually tell us what's going on?
Sure. The break in the Times, they're very smart journalists, and they found out prematurely, so that wasn't meant to be the official announcement, but they broke it.
Yeah,
we are co-founders.
So is this the first time you've announced this?
Is it the first time?
Yes, it's the first time.
It's on,
Even on Sean's name badge.
Sean's name badge. You got a scoop on.
So everybody twittering out there has broken the story now.
And it's Sean at founderscapital.com if you have an amazing idea.
If you got a bad idea, send it to Brent.
Just waste my time.
So what the hell are you, come on then, tell us quickly, what are you guys going to do?
So, the difference is it's founders for founders, so we've got a core team of which are obviously Michael, myself, Johnny Goodman and Peter Dubins. I won't bore everyone with who they are, because if you don't know who they are, you're probably not interested in who they are. But they're all founders, and the main point is what we're opening up the fund to now. So we've got a first close, around $30 million. We'd expect to more than double that in size. And what we're going to open it up to is other great founders who can add value. And what we're looking for is the usual, amazingly disruptive, incredible business that's going to be the next big thing. But what's interesting is we will go earlier stage than the VCs. We're a lot nicer than the VCs. No, we're not. We love the VCs as well. And we're gonna partner. Actually, we're viewing ourselves as the part of central to the ecosystem. That would be success for us, because if we become central to the ecosystem, working with the venture capitalists, sometimes earlier stage than them, partnering with them, bringing them into deals. But we think there's a good role. I think what's testimony to the role we can play is that we've now seen, and we haven't, as you know, properly launched, but over 250 deals. So I think that clearly shows there is a need for this sort of fund. And the next point of differentiation is that Michael, myself, and the others will really hope that we can add value to the companies, having had our own turmoils in running startups before.
And Michael, what's your role going to be in pro-founders?
Well, I primarily went into business with Brent because I thought I could get cheap holiday deals, but he has no power anymore. So I'm sort of slightly disappointed. I'm looking on the positive side. I think it could be a quite positive fund. So as Brent mentioned, everyone involved in terms of putting money into the fund are founders, and that network of founders will make themselves available to greater and lesser degrees to the companies. So the idea is that the founders who've invested in the companies meet up periodically and try and add value in any way that we can. So I'll certainly be pretty actively involved in the companies that we do invest in.
I have a question for you too.
Sorry, can I add one other thing?
Okay.
One other differentiator thing we're going to be doing is actually we're going to be putting a portion of the funds we raise will go to support entrepreneurship. So that'll be projects that are not for profit, but just to support European entrepreneurship.
What percentage? Can you tell us how much?
It's a set percentage.
What is that percentage?
We're not getting out of it yet.
Okay.
Well, we need to keep drip feeding this exciting news.
So this is my question. This is the worst tool for a girl wearing a skirt. I'm actually going to sit here, so I'm not constantly worried about my morality being chased in.
Modesty, I
You
think,
can
not
tell
morality.
this panel was set up and organized by men. So, as most things tend to be in Silicon Valley as well. So here's my question. As two guys that have gone through the process, you made sort of the joke about you're nicer than VCs and then kind of backpedal, but I know every founder's had a bad time with VCs. What is the one thing that either you saw done in your company or you saw a VC do to another founder that now on the other side of the table you absolutely value will not do to entrepreneurs?
Well, actually, I'll start with that saying, actually, I was very lucky. Genuinely the VCs that I had, so I haven't got war stories with the VCs, they were actually very supportive through the highs and lows. That's sort of the boring answer. But one part is, they do try, I hope that, I think most VCs now are very straight and direct, but I think with us we'll really try and not do things like double participating preferred. Stuff that the VCs try and put into a first-time entrepreneur, hope their legal team hope they're a better entrepreneur than they are a legal team, and that that'll just slip through. So, I think we're just, we're not going to try and slip that sort of stuff in, and I'm not saying every VC does, but, there are some that do, and I think so we'll be very straight in that.